雷実験奥義
So you want to play Mephisto because you want to do things like this and like this. This is a no-nonsense guide to Mephisto, the Lord of Hatred. Let's start with his strengths. Mephisto is exceptional at harassing the enemy team and dishing out AoE sustained damage. Players are rewarded for playing Mephisto well. If your damage is hitting the enemy consistently, you will continue to be rewarded in the form of cooldown reductions for all your basic abilities. Mephisto does have some obvious weaknesses. Although he can be agile with his E, he's also very squishy when caught out of position. His engage can be punished by heroes like Stitches, Anub'arak and Chromie, which I will highlight later. And I would say the main weaknesses he has is that the player needs to understand good positioning. If you suck at positioning, you will suck at Mephisto. So stop sucking. Now this is a no-nonsense guide. I'm not here to tell you what your abilities do, because if you can't read the text on your abilities, then you got bigger problems. However, I will help you understand how to use those abilities more effectively. Let's start easy. Your Q can be used to check bushes. Landing this ability on enemy heroes can be a bit tricky at first, but it's all about timing and that will come to you over time. Your W is your main source of wave clear and hero damage. Angle yourself so that you're hitting as many minions as possible, and this also applies to when you use it against heroes too. Just a warning, there will be a lot of talk about angles, so get your geometry set out, you Hanzo mains, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Haha, maths. Your E will enable you to get a lot of value out of your damaging abilities. Remember when I said this hero is all about good positioning and to stop sucking at it? Well, this is where it starts. Let's look at a general approach to how Mephisto deals damage. A common scenario you will encounter is that the enemy backline is behind their front line, which is to be expected in a standard situation. A great way of engaging and dealing damage would be to use your E to teleport in between the front line and the backline. So not only are you zoning, preventing the backline from following their tank, but you are also dealing the maximum amount of damage possible, as you'll likely be hitting the front line too. Now this is very simplistic, as there are many situations you will not want to do this. For example, if the enemy tank has not used their engage and is in range on your return, you are at risk of being collapsed on. So try not to do this if you are by yourself. Just use this approach as a general guideline for team fights and skirmishes. Your damage should still be focused on your team's kill target, and remember, you are a big source of that damage. It's important that it's going in the right place. When you are going for the E engage, if you are within range to do so, use your Q first and then your E and W. Here are 4 reasons why you should be doing this. Your first Q will be dealing damage. Your first Q will reduce the cooldown of all your other basic abilities. You will be able to fire off another Q just before your E finishes. And the increased slow from your level 7 will proc, even if you use Q first and then E straight after. And if that wasn't convincing enough, there is a 5th reason. Because I'm telling you to.
Winky face!
You will need to be doing this anyway once you hit level 16, but we'll get there eventually, don't worry. Another small tip is that if you are behind on the wave clear, and if your tank is not already doing so, use your E to dismount the enemy heroes in order to slow them down. Your level 4 is one of the best talents on this hero. I'm actually worried they might nerf this as it's such a big power spike. Although the downside is that it's fairly conditional. If you have a globe, you have big regen and big cooldown reduction. It doesn't get any better than that. In fact, this talent is strictly the only reason why I play Mephisto on maps where the objective is next to a lane. Think of maps like Brax's Holdout or Infernal Shrines. Now onto heroics. I already know most of you are thinking, of course it's Consume Souls. Why wouldn't you pick Consume Souls, right?
Wrong.
Do I look like I play quick match to you? We're trying to climb the internet here, ladies and gentlemen. We want consistency, not a crappy YouTube clip which people will forget about after a few seconds. You know what people won't forget? Getting rooted down whilst they're trying to rush your core. You'll never reach respect band status with Consume Souls. At the same time. That's a respect ban if I've ever seen it. That's absolutely respect. Why would they ban Mephisto? They know about the Mephisto. So yes, it's Durance of Hate, and here's how to use it. The easiest way to start using it is by monitoring your team's CC. If your tank lands a stun, you throw your heroic in there. Only a monkey would miss a stun target. It's an excellent tool and pairs so well with this build because you'll essentially have a sitting duck for you to do your combo on. Level 13, I almost always take Shard of Hate. Now at first I thought this was a bit of a meme with the little AoE zaps, and it feels a little bad giving up the 20% spell power. But when you're in the middle of the enemy team and you get 1 or 2 auto attacks in, which cleaves to other heroes, your cooldowns are almost guaranteed to have reset. This is just another addition to you reducing your cooldowns on top of your baseline trait and your level 4 globe talent. Alright, level 16 is where the fun happens. I will start off showing an expert graphic that I created on stream of how to best use this talent. We have Mephisto. He's a dude. So essentially you will shoot the skull missile forward. You will teleport, so this dude goes instant transmission. You teleport here, and then the idea is to get this skull missile to hit the edge of the circle so that it activates 1, 2, 3, 4 as it goes through. I don't think we need any further explanation, but here's a few clips of it live in action. So I'm gonna do it again here, look. Alright, we can wrap this up with the level 20. This is one of the few times I'll allow you to make a decision. I normally take the upgrade to Durance of Hate, but feel free to take Mimic. It's usually better when you take more W talents, but it can still be an excellent source of extra damage and confusion for the enemy. Ah yes, I almost forgot. Be careful of heroes like Stitches, Anubrak or Chromie. They can use their heroics to actually prevent you from going back to your original location after you've used your E. So don't get too close to Stitches, monitor Anubrak's cocoon cooldown, and also the same with Chromie because she can use temporal loop and you'll just go back to where she used it. Oof, this is hot. Mephisto, could you blow on this for me?